All right, so get this. We're going deep today into, like, seriously, ancient wisdom.
Well, laying it on thick today, huh?
Always, but really, it's the I Ching, specifically Hexagram 24 Fu, that translates to return or, like, turning point. I've been looking over the research you sent, and I'm already kind of fascinated by this idea that it's not just things going back to how they were, but, like, cycles, renewal.
Yeah, it's a cosmic reset button, but like with more awareness this time around.
Right, exactly. And we're talking all areas. Health, relationships, even finding lost stuff, legal battles. Wild.
It gets pretty granular.
Okay, so before my head explodes, break this down. Structure of the hexagram matters, right? We're talking Earth trigram top, thunder below. What's that all about?
Oh, it's huge E. Okay, visualize this. Earth, solid, represents that potential for a fresh start. But underneath you've got thunder, that shakeup before the big shift.
So no return without some chaos first.
You got it. Ching's saying rebirth needs that contrast. Like
Yeah.
spring after a harsh winter, you need that dormancy for the new growth to explode.
Oh, whoa. Okay, that image is powerful. So anyone listening, think about it. Where in your life is that rumble happening? What's been quiet, maybe too quiet, that's about to come back strong.
And here's the kicker. No quick fixes. This hexagram's all about patience. First line even says, repeating its path, after 7 days comes return.
7 days, it's got to be symbolic, right? Like change takes time, it's cyclical.
It is. Call for patience, which is so hard these days. Everything's instant. But Ching's saying, hold up. There's wisdom in those repeated cycles. You revisit a challenge. You understand it deeper. And that's what transforms things eventually.
Okay, pieces are coming together. So we've got renewal, but not just snapping back to the old ways. It's a process, ups and downs. True change takes time.
Exactly. Now, getting specific, your research mentioned relationships being a big one.
Ooh, juicy stuff. Should we all be texting our exes right now? Is that what it's saying?
Haha, not quite. But reuniting with someone from the past, IS hinted at. Big BU, though. Patience is key. Rushing into things, straight up warning against it. It could lead to failure.
So, no impulsive love decisions, noted. But what does patience look like if someone is hoping to reconcile?
All right, imagine rebuilding a bridge after a storm, not just slapping boards together, right?
Right.
You assess the damage, get the right materials, work carefully, step by step.
Okay, I see it. So, with relationships, that's taking time to understand what went wrong, address those root issues, rebuild trust slowly, intentionally.
You got it. Thoughtful approach, almost strategic. That's the vibe here.
Deep divers. Let's switch gears to health. This hexagram talks about that too, right? What's it saying about our bodies during this return time?
Interesting, it points to specific areas. Liver, GI tract, and nervous system. Not everyone's going to have issues there, but it's like they're more sensitive during renewal.
So no excuse for that extra slice of cake, huh? But seriously, if someone IS dealing with something in those areas, is the I Ching saying all hope is lost?
Not at all. It says even if disease flares up, it can be treated. But again, patience, proactive approach.
It's like saying, hey, don't despair, but don't just wait for a miracle either.
Right. Be active in your own healing. Diligent with medical advice, alternative therapies, really tuning into your body's needs.
This is kind of empowering, actually. Like, yeah, we're in this cycle, maybe facing challenges, but we have choices to make. We're not powerless.
Exactly. And speaking of choices, there's this other bit you'll love. Lost things. Higher chance of being found during this time, according to the hexagram.
Wait, lost keys, lost socks, lost loves coming back. What are we talking here?
Could be any of them.
Yeah.
Open to interpretation. But the idea is renewal shifts the energy, things resurface, literally a metaphorically.
I'm so here for that.
Yeah.
Universe saying, hey, while you're working on yourself, keep an eye out. Treasures might pop up.
Right. And it's not just waiting around, it's being open to receiving, recognizing those opportunities when they show up. Now, real talk, though, not all returns are sunshine and rainbows.
Oh, no, you're talking about those not-so-fun things coming back, aren't you? Like, oh, crap, those legal issues I thought were done.
You got it. Your research said legal stuff during this time might involve more people, more complex, drag on longer.
Ugh, so even more patience needed in a situation that's already stressful.
Definitely a call to stay calm, persistent. Hexagram's like, look, multiple attempts, back and forth. It's going to happen. Don't lose heart.
I'm seeing the theme. No matter what area, it's pace yourself, trust the process. Things might be slower than we'd like.
You've got it. Now, we've talked about the overall energy, but to really get it, we got to look at the individual lines. Each one adds a piece to the puzzle.
Hit me with it. Let's crack this thing wide open.
Welcome back, everybody. I feel like we just dipped our toes into this whole return thing, you know?
Right. It's like every time we peel back a layer, there's something new. We've got patience, cycles, lost stuff coming back. What else is hiding in this hexagram?
Oh, so much. See, the I Ching, it's not just telling fortunes, it's a whole framework for understanding the energy around us. This hexagram specifically, it's a guidebook for navigating this time, this powerful time of return.
Okay, I'm hooked. Give me the goods. What else is in there?
One thing that really got me thinking, scattered energy coming back together. Like, this is when things that were fragmented, blocked, out of sync, they realign, start flowing again.
So not just physical stuff returning, but like energy itself getting a boost.
Precisely. Think of a river, right? Dammed up, diverted. But remove the obstacle, the water flows back stronger than before, full of life.
Man, that's a powerful image. So if someone's feeling drained, stuck, no direction, this hexagram's saying there's hope for that to change.
Absolutely. Even when things feel scattered, there's that underlying pull, bringing it all back together. It could be a burst of creativity, a sense of purpose, even physical energy coming back.
Deep divers, listen up. Feeling off lately, no motivation. This hexagram's a beacon. It's saying, hang on, things are shifting. You've got this powerful energy on your side.
Now, tying into that, another interpretation. The return of karma.
Oh, karma. Always a hot topic. What's the I Ching saying about that?
Well, in some ways, this hexagram is all about consequences coming full circle. Good and bad, mind you.
Ooh, so it's like, remember all those choices you made, that energy you put out there, well, it's coming back, ready or not.
We're part of a web, you know. Everything's connected. Our actions have ripple effects. This hexagram reminds us of that.
But it doesn't have to be a bad thing, right? If we've been trying to do good, be kind.
Yeah.
This could be a time of reaping those rewards.
Exactly. It's not just fate or destiny. We get to reflect on those past choices and then make conscious decisions about the energy we want to send out going forward.
Okay, that's a much better way to look at it. We're co-creating our own karmic return by aligning our actions with our values. Love that.
And right there, that leads us to something else important about this hexagram. It's a guide for reorientation.
Reorientation, like finding our way back after being lost.
Exactly. Think of it as a cosmic compass, pointing us back to our true path, especially if we've been feeling lost, unsure of ourselves.
Man, don't we all need that sometimes? So, what's the I Ching saying about getting back on track?
Starts with honesty, you know? Where are we really at versus where we want to be? Soul-searching time, maybe some uncomfortable truths to face.
So, it's like time for a reality check. Living in line with your values, your goals, your deepest desires. If not, something's got to change.
And this hexagram's all about the process, remember. No beating ourselves up for past stuff. It's about using this return to course correct, to build a life that truly reflects who we are now.
It's a theme for sure. No quick fixes. Be patient with ourselves, do the inner work, and trust that we'll find our way back.
Yeah. Now, beyond these big picture ideas, the 24th hexagram also has some practical advice. How to actually navigate this time effectively.
All right, bring on the practical advice. Specific actions, mindsets, lay it on me.
Well, we've said it a bunch already, but patience and perseverance, can't stress it enough. Real, lasting change takes time. It's about consistency, showing up, even when it's tough.
No shortcuts, ups and downs, setbacks are part of it. And do we have to do this alone? That's a lot to handle solo.
Not at all. In fact, be open to guidance, support from others, friends, family, mentors, whoever. Don't go it alone. That's the key.
It's like saying, hey, it's okay to ask for help, especially when you're overwhelmed.
Right. We're all connected. Strength and community.
Uh-huh.
But, and this is important, along with that outside support, build your own inner strength too. Self-reliance.
Okay, so it's a balance, huh? Leaning on others and trusting our own gut.
You got it. It's like others can help, but you need your own compass too. That voice inside that tells you what's true for you, even when everyone else is saying something different.
I feel that. Becoming your own best advocate, trusting your instincts, making choices that feel right. All this inner work, though, does that mean we just sit around and wait for things to happen?
Nope. This hexagram is about action too. Aligning your intentions with actual steps, making choices that move you forward.
So less daydreaming about the future, more actively creating it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Put those intentions into practice. Career change, difficult conversation, lifestyle changes. Do it.
I'm fired up. It's like, be patient, be thoughtful, but don't just sit there. Make it happen.
That's the spirit. And lastly, super important, cultivate a positive mindset. Focus on the opportunities, the good stuff that's coming.
So not just doing, but doing it with optimism, a sense of possibility.
Exactly that. Glass half full, even when it's tough. Believe that even in the mess, there's growth, renewal, and a future that's better than what you left behind.
This conversation has been a roller coaster. Started overwhelmed, now I'm energized. This hexagram, it's got some powerful stuff in it.
It's been awesome exploring it with you. But you know what's even better than theory? Seeing it all in action. Real-life examples.
You read my mind. Let's bring this wisdom to life, show how the 24th hexagram plays out for real people. Deep divers, get ready for some inspiration. Deep divers, buckle up, we're back, and we're about to get real.
Right. We've talked the talk, now let's walk the walk. The I Ching in action.
Exactly. Love a good concept, but seeing how this ancient wisdom actually works in people's lives, that's the good stuff.
Like we've got the blueprint, now let's build the house,
Yeah.
you know?
Okay, so you've got some juicy case studies for us. Let's start with something most of us have been through. Career. That job, that's just soul-sucking.
Oh yeah, the classic stuck in a rut scenario. They
Yeah.
know they need a change, but it's scary.
Yeah.
Which way to go?
So they turn to the I Ching and bam, hexagram 24 shows up. What's it telling them? Not, poof, here's your dream job, right?
Nope, not that easy. More like, hey, this stuck feeling, it's part of your return, not a failure. It's a chance to reassess, reconnect with your true path.
So instead of freaking out, they can ask, what am I passionate about? What skills do I want to build? What work would actually feel meaningful?
And then remember, small steps. The 24th hexagram is all about that. Online courses, networking, even just sprucing up that resume. Momentum builds little by little.
But let's be honest, career changes are scary. Doubt creeps in, setbacks happen.
And that's where the whole patience and perseverance thing comes in. It's like, look, this is a marathon, not a sprint. Keep your eye on the prize, but don't beat yourself up if you trip.
And sometimes you just need a little help getting back up, right? Career counselor, a mentor, even a good friend to cheer you on.
Totally. This hexagram reminds us, you don't have to do this alone. Asking for help, that's strength, not weakness.
Okay, career, check. But now, relationships. Got to hear a real-life example of this hexagram in the wild, wild world of love.
Okay, picture this. A couple, rough patch, they've taken a break, working on themselves. Hurt feelings, resentment, maybe even drifting apart.
Happens to the best of us, so they're each doing their thing, maybe starting to think it's really over.
And then, that pull starts happening.
Mhm.
Unfinished business, a little voice saying, maybe, just maybe, things could be different this time.
They both consult the I Ching, and boom, 24th hexagram for both of them. What's the universe trying to say?
It could be a sign that reconciliation is on the table. They're not a surface-level thing. Not just patching it up and pretending nothing happened. It's a deeper return.
Okay, I'm listening. What does that actually look like?
This hexagram. It's all about patience, honesty, those tough conversations, acknowledging the hurt, figuring out if they're both willing to do the work to rebuild.
And no blame games, right? It's about understanding they both played a part, both have to step up to fix it.
Right. Owning their stuff, forgiving themselves and each other, and then concrete action, changing the dynamic.
Therapy, boundaries, learning to actually communicate, not back to the old ways, but building something new, something better.
Nailed it. Using those past lessons to create a better future. That's what the 24th hexagram is all about.
All right, one last case study, and this one hits close to home for a lot of people. Health challenges, chronic illness, feeling like they've tried everything, still struggling.
This is where the I Ching's message of hope, of renewal, it can really shine.
So even when things feel impossible, this hexagram is saying, don't give up.
It's saying there's still potential for healing, but it might look different than expected. New treatments, different approaches, focusing on different aspects of well-being.
So maybe they've been all about the physical treatments, but this hexagram prompts them to look at the emotional, the spiritual side too.
Because healing is holistic. Mindfulness, gentle exercise, energy work, support the whole person. And patience, always patience. Healing takes time. It's not always a straight line.
Be kind to yourself, celebrate the small wins, trust that your body's working towards wholeness, even when it's tough. And community. Support groups, therapists, loved ones.
Absolutely. Don't go through it alone.
Yeah.
Reaching out. That's wisdom right there.
Wow, these examples have been incredible. Ancient wisdom, modern problems, it really does apply.
The I Ching, it's a living thing, not just a book. It's a guide for being human.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, one last question for everyone listening. What in your life might be on the verge of returning?
A relationship needing a fresh start. A creative project you put on hold. A part of yourself you've lost touch with.
This hexagram reminds us return is a part of life. It's going to happen.
The question is, how will you meet it? Intentionally. With open eyes and a clear heart.
Embrace the lessons, trust the process, and step into that next chapter.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.